Hey, what's up, everybody? This is gonna be my submission for Valuethon. Um, and I will be running any percent. So hopefully the submission will be for a race against Rock's Tomb and Henpaku. And without further ado, let's continue with the run. We're gonna start off in prison quarters and check my fixes real quick, and then I'm just gonna continue the run. Go in with it. I do have inflammable oil, so I'm gonna go continue on with that. So prison quarters is just basically one gigantic maze. I wouldn't say gigantic, it's not as big as Castle, which is the final map before the final boss. But it's decently annoying to deal with. Okay, and I just broke gold bar, but let me worry about that. So that's a common thing that I do, is basically a meme for myself. Breaking gold door in prison quarters is pulling a rhino, unfortunately. That's how often I do it. And basically here I just want to get 2 scrolls, like I did. I got 2 triple scrolls, and I'll be using all the scrolls on tactics. So I got out at 54 seconds, which is definitely not that bad. You want to get out around a minute or less. Usually a minute or less. The runs are getting pretty tight, so they want to get under 50 seconds. So that's a different story. But just to continue the run, we're going to be in Promenade. And for Promenade, earlier you saw me pick up Velocity, which is what I'm going to use to keep up speed. We'll grab some health here. And I'm just going to try to keep the velocity. If you can see the arrows through the double damage buff slash debuff, as it goes both ways. If you can see it, that's the velocity I want to try to keep up. Right there I just did a vine skip instead of climbing the vine, which is I think faster if you get it without having to go back. It's a lot faster if you don't have to go back for it. But I did have to go back, and it took me a little bit to set up for the jump, but it wasn't too bad. And that was Promenade. All you did in Promenade was go towards the right and found exit. Pretty simple, fairly simple. Right here I'm gonna reroll real quick, and I got 2 tactics instead. Heal up, which pauses time, and continue on to Ramparts. Ramparts used to be more random, but we found a tip which, if I pass it, I'll let you guys know. But Dead Cells is a pretty fast-paced game. The runs go by pretty quick if you know what you're doing. Again, I want to keep up velocity by killing enemies and continuing all the way to the right. Pick up damage scrolls that are along the way. Try not to go too far out of the way to get them. And yeah. So again, Dead Cells is a pretty fast game. You know where to go or have an idea, the run should be pretty quick. That T-shaped nudge that I had to climb over, that was the hint that tells me that the exit will be in one of these tunnels that I'm going to check in right now. But if I never saw that, it would tell me that the exit could be at the end, which would have been a lot nicer than climbing around to a tunnel. So what the sign or the hint tells, it will be in any tunnel after that, but it doesn't say which tunnel, so it could be any tunnel after that. For the final mutation, I picked up Masochist, which for later on I'll be getting hit by spikes intentionally, just so that I can get a little movement speed boost. So the 3 mutations that I do have are Support, Velocity, and Masochist. I want to kill this before I lose velocity, and I have, which is very, very good. Surprisingly. Then go in here to grab an amulet real quick. I could have skipped it, but I had a good feeling, and it only gave me 1 tactics. So the amulet usually gives you like a scroll or 2, depending on which part and which level you're at. After the first boss, you get two scrolls, and it's completely random. I was hoping for tactics, and I got only 1. For stilt, I'll be looking for a key. Oh, I don't need to go on that side, which is unfortunate. Not so bad. Get more scrolls along the way. The more of the scrolls you have, the faster the boss fights will be. And this is where I get hit by the spike intentionally. Gain a little bit more speed. More scrolls. Common scroll spawn would be right around there. Whether you need it or not, completely random. There's another one. The final scroll, I'm pretty sure, for stilt. And I'm gonna go straight to the exit. So that place where I got hit by the spiked ball, that is an intentional skip to skip using a key, the key that we picked up. So we went over it, we saved the key to use at the very end, at the exit at the end. A little behind on time, a little bit slow on this run. Could be my movement, could be just bad map. Either way, moving on to Clock Tower, which is pretty random. You need to look for a key here as well, but so we know one of the towers is exit, and we know using my hints. I just passed what looked like a doorway, but wasn't a doorway, it didn't have a door in it. That was pretty much the hint to tell me that this is not going to be exit, and it's just going to tell me that it could be key. I'm going to go up it real quick. So there's 4 towers. One we know is exit, and the rest is possible key. So, as you can see me climbing here, just gonna see if this leads up to key. Unfortunately it does not. I have to go check into another tower. There is a tower to the left, and unfortunately will not be able to teleport to it, so I'm just gonna climb a little bit more. That's a teleporter right there. I will check this. And hopefully it'll be key. By the looks of it, it might be. And it is. Nice. Take the teleporter, go back down, and exit should be straight to the left of here. Should be. And it is. Pick this up, and we'll be entering the second boss in the clock room. And that was pretty much towers. You have to get lucky on which the key and where you think the key will be. So this is going to be the second boss fight. Timekeeper. I'm not sure. This is not a very difficult boss. All you have to do is same as Concierge, place down your turrets, proc oil, and do as much damage as fast as you can. So I killed that one pretty fast, I would say. I'll be entering castle at a maybe 640. Oop. I accidentally thought that this would be a flask right here that I want to heal at. And I'll be entering 640. Oh, still 640. Luckily for me. So I'm gonna go down here. I had a feeling that I should go up, but I already went down, so nothing I can do about that. Okay. For castle, you're gonna be looking for 2 keys this time, not just 1. And I'm having trouble finding the first key because I went the wrong way the first time. So I found red room. You want to find 2 colored rooms to grab a key to go into a boss or elite room, I should say, and kill the elites, grab the key, and look for the other room. I'm gonna go back up as I said I would, or as I said I should have. And here's another door, green door. So I'm pretty sure it just leads straight to, yep, exits. And now I just have to look for exit, which is usually the hardest part in the run, especially if you get unlucky. You could be in the complete opposite side of the exit, and that would extend the run quite a bit. I'm just gonna take a guess that it was over here. It was not. And now take a quick read at the map. I'm gonna guess that it's down here. Past the vendor. Pick up damage scrolls along the way, which is good. Gonna help me get the boss fight down. Trying not to die, but finding exit pretty easily. I just got unlucky that none of the doors I went through led to exit right away. So significantly made the run a lot slower. I wouldn't say a lot. For us it's a lot. But yeah. I should be done around 9 minutes. Definitely not anything over 10 minutes. And that was a good example of, like, I guess a slow run. Almost the slowest possible run for the top runners of this game. Interesting. I dropped the elites on top of each other so that it instantly killed. And don't mind homunculus there. 9:14. Definitely faster than I thought. I thought it would be like 9:20 and above. So yeah, that was a pretty quick submission video. Again, it's for an any percent race with Rux, Tomb, and Henpaku. We are the top 3 runners of the game currently. And I didn't explain much about that final boss fight, but he has 3 phases. As you saw, he summoned an elite to kill that one, and you can continue doing damage. Same thing with phase 2, except he summons 2 elites. Oh. That's the end of my Valuethon submission. This would be nice to be in Valuethon. It would be my first time. So I hope to see you guys there, and thank you so much.